Get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote.
Okay.
A time to remember. Vote. Don't be late. Vote. Don't procrastinate.
Damn it.
It's our country,
I got too many brains.
our democracy.
All right. Let's get this shit going. How y'all doing, baby? It is Friday. It is Friday. It is Beer and Bud Friday. And you know what the routine is. So, without further ado, because it is well needed right now, get the beer off the ice, baby. Oh, yeah. That's a nice sound. And this one's good and cold, baby. So, let's get this weekend kicking. Adina Michael was the first one to jump in, followed by Randy Peterson. The guy's going to forget. Put the bud in the bowl, baby. Or whatever smoking material you might enjoy. Tracy Tobias, my neighbor, is here. Nancy Halverson, CM. Can I get a go, Knowles? Well, indeed, my friend. Raylene Allen is here. Doug Shuff. Adina Michael is here. Lorraine Barrett, thank you. Pat Hunter. Oh, look at there. There's that smart-ass squaw here again. Boy, howdy shit. I'm glad she's here. Hello, Martha. Matt Outa, thank you for being here. Deborah Douglas. Let me see. Jeanette Miller, Jay Clayton, and Steph are both there ready in TGIF mode. There you go, baby. Good deal. Kelly K. Duncan is here. Dorothy Tyndall. Michael Falbister. Vic Chavez. Really, buddy? You're killing me. 100 proof whiskey and some sativa. It's just cooking, brother, cooking. Good going. Anyway, glad you're here. Let's see who else is here. Let me see. Greg Talbert, my buddy out in California. How are you doing, Greg? Hope all is well. There's our buddy Keith Thompson up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And our resident archaeologist, John Heron, is with us. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, look at there. There's Nana Lovely. Hi, Tammy. How you doing, darling? Let me see. Adina Michaels, Suzanne Jarrett. We was talking about you the other day, baby. You had your back turned, so you know what else we're going to do. And there's John and Carolyn Matt Jesco. Thank you very much for being here. Jan Beats, and I better jump on down here. I got nothing. Today is just a chill Friday, baby. I just got in a little while ago, had some personal business I had to tend to, and it took me longer than what I suspected, and I didn't have time to do a video. So, the hell with it. We're just going to do it live. Isn't that what that old boy said? But I am tickled to death to see somebody down in the audience, and I'm going to bring her right up because we was worried about her. And as a matter of fact, we have two of them. Bernadette, how are you? Bernadette, you got yourself muted, baby.
I'm okay, John.
Good. I'm
Dominic
glad.
just got home from school.
Oh.
Wait. You're pulling on my headphones, huh?
Sorry.
Hi.
How are you doing, baby?
I'm doing okay. Just trying to take it easy and, not get too overworked and
Good.
excited because it makes me want to smoke a cigarette, and I can't do that. I can't smoke weed. I can't drink nothing.
Well, now, wait a minute.
No. Yeah, I can't do anything right
Boy,
now.
howdy shit.
Antibiotics.
Just took all the vices right away from you, huh?
They did.
Man,
They did. And,
well, shit.
something's going to give.
Something's got to get. Well, do whatever it takes to keep yourself healthy. That's what we want you to do.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Because we want you around for a long time, baby.
I got so much to say, but following this fucker just keeps me pissed off and makes me want to scream to the top of my lungs. And I can't do that.
Can't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
No screaming. It's a very chill Friday, baby. I had nothing on my mind outside of the usual shit that's stacked up there. And, I came in the door too late to try to, do a video and then put it up and all that stuff, so.
Hey, there's only so many hours in a day.
I just made the decision a little while ago whilst I was on the phone with Velica. Velica, how are you, darling?
Hey, Velica.
You with us, baby? Anyway, I was on the phone with Velica just a little while ago, probably a half hour ago.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, well, I ain't got a video out, so I imagine I'm just going to go live. So that's what we're doing.
Go live and be thankful that we're all still here on
That's
this
it.
Beautiful Friday evening, enjoying whatever you can smoke and or puff on, and or drink on.
Right.
And y'all pour some out for your friends who can't do this. And I know Velica's been going through it.
Yes.
She's had a touch of the COVID, and it's gonna touch us all before we're all too late. Touched me, and I've been fucked up ever since. So
Damn.
y'all be careful of that stuff.
I'm trying
no joke.
To stay away from it.
You could get a mild case, and you could be okay. But there's some of us out there that it affects differently, and it affects
it
everybody.
hangs around.
Yes.
That long
haul. It does some damage.
Oh.
It can do some damage.
Well,
So I
good.
got fucked up by COVID, but I'm still fighting it, and I'm fighting pneumonia, and I'm fighting reinfection.
Hell, you're just a fighter all around then. Shit.
I do. Come with it. Come strong.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Come around here, okay?
Shit, good. I'm
Get
glad.
beat up around here. I fight back. That you ain't no lie about
That's
that shit.
That's
okay?
all you can do, baby. Fight back.
That's all I can do.
That's it. Velica,
Fight
did you
back.
make it in here yet? Velica's she's not, we're not hearing you, Velica, at all, baby. If you're in there.
Not even lighting up. But we love you.
Yes, we
And
do. We missed her
certainly
yesterday.
hope that she's feeling better, because I know that she was going through it, and
Yeah, we went through.
so-
Because we did a show yesterday, and you weren't here, and Velica was not here, so it was quite obvious there were people missing from the show.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And there's other blue dots out there that are going through other things that are far worse than what I'm going through. So, I'm still saying prayers for everybody else and put myself,
I know it, baby.
on that
it
list
gets
too,
difficult.
because I got to take care of me
Yeah.
too. So.
Well, that's number one priority. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And because ain't nobody else going to do it for us. Well.
Nope. Yeah, I got
Mama,
this
but she's
wonderful
just
little
liable to
grandkid
kick me a little bit.
he's
too
more
much.
scared than anything else because I'm his food supply.
How is Dominic doing?
Dominic is doing good. He's adjusting back to school because he wants to. He enjoys being there with his friends. He's doing really good in class. Barely brings homework done because he gets it done in class. Well, they're different nowadays, It's whatever you don't get done in class, you get to bring home, and he gets everything done in class. So at least that's what he's saying.
That's what he's telling him. I trust him. He seems like a trustworthy fellow.
He is. He is. So.
Well.
But he's having fun reintegrating back into society and hanging out with his own age group, and being a preteen and a teenager and learning middle school. So it's exciting for him, and I'm excited for him.
Well, good.
So.
Good. Well, have you been keeping up with the news here lately that Donnie's threatening to take us all to, I don't know, World War III?
He's only doing it again. But take this motherfucker serious because, see, he's been getting away with it all his life, and so he knows how to do this shit. Well, he knows who to buy.
I'm waiting to hear
and how much they cost and all the rest of that shit.
I'm waiting to hear the DOJ.
This silly little twit down here. But, I think that she's either going to get a very rude awakening from the district court should the DOJ want to go that way, and I really think that they should. He should not be sitting above the law and given this much benefit of the doubt when we know he fucking lies. See, this is why I can't do this.
Yep. Calm down. Calm down. Just do it in a calm voice. Just do it in a calm voice. That's all. It's Chill Friday. No.
But,
Oh, look here. Jesse Ramirez just reminded me. Did you happen to see the video of Marjorie Taylor Greene kicking a staffer in front of her?
I can't watch that dumb bitch. She's way too stupid for my brain to handle.
If I was that girl, I would have turned around and slapped the shit out of her, but she didn't. She played it off.
But you know what? One of these days, somebody is gonna cross Miss Three Letters' name, and they're gonna cross her path, and she gonna try that dumb blonde shit on them, and they ain't gonna give a fuck about her ass. They're gonna knock her the fuck out. I want it to be Marcus
Flowers down there. I want Marcus Flowers to kick her ass. That's what I want.
Yeah.
She needs to be replaced. And if the people of Georgia's 14th district don't see that, I feel I'm concerned about the district.
Disservice. And if they vote her back in, then they choose to have this
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Done to them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If
they
re-elect her, they're choosing this shit.
Some people are choosing this.
Yeah. It's all they got. Well, have you seen where? Go ahead.
I was just thinking about Lady G and how much she fucked up when she laid a pile of shit and walked right into it the other day. So you go ahead and you tell us what you plan on doing should you get the Senate again, Lady G, because we will guarantee you won't get the Senate again.
That's what, we're looking better and better all the time. We're farther along in the Senate.
They keep pissing women off. They keep pissing women off.
Yes, they do.
You watch to see if the white woman's vote don't make a difference in this election this time around.
It's all women that are going to make a decision this time.
They are pissing women off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it doesn't matter where you look. The registration for voting is way up in every state, and it's a majority of women.
Young women's, old women's, Democratic women's, Republican women.
And that is going to bleed over.
Us off.
That's going to bleed over to the Democratic Party, I do believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Independent women. We're all seeing what you're saying, Lady G. Come on over.
Yeah, but they're even in the congressional race. It looks like we're picking up steam too. So we haven't lost the House yet. When we first started a few months ago, we thought for sure we were going to lose the House.
I really hope that we retain it because people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ooh, I can't believe that woman's name came out of my mouth. And her darker haired twin bobble-headed Bobart over in Colorado.
Yeah.
They should not return to the House. Several motherfuckers from your state should,
Yeah. We got problems down here in Texas.
It's not gonna happen.
But
I would be happy just to get Beto in down there. That would be freaking awesome just to get rid of Abbott's fucking ass. And God help America if y'all let DeSantis take the reins.
Oh, Lord.
Because he's already showing you what a bigger dick than his King Donnie.
He wants to be. He is trying to be a bigger dick. He's trying to prove, look, I'm more Trumpy than Trump. That's what he's trying to do. And this little bullshit with taking people across the country. Think about that. He chartered an airplane in Florida to fly to Texas to pick up migrants there and fly them across the country. Now, if I was the people of Florida, I'd be a little bit pissed off.
Yes, when he's already raised property taxes and all kinds of shit like that.
Blowing taxpayer money like that just for what?
This is why we need to be informed voters.
Yeah.
And this is why we need to take credit for the people that we allow to stay in office. Because simply put, we have more people than them, John. And we could vote these motherfuckers out if we get up off of our asses and take our asses to the polls.
Calm down.
And you have to do it by a certain time. You need to check to make sure your registration is okay and you're registered by a certain deadline in your state that qualifies you to be able to go and vote in November. Don't dick this off. We are running up against those deadlines and we need to make sure we're ready to go.
Just say it. Just say it a little bit more calmly. That's all.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to say this as calm as
Tracy
I possibly can.
Tobias just said
And
that
this is why I can't do this right now.
it's hard, isn't it, without getting upset?
It hurts.
It does,
fucking
because
hurts.
the shit that we talk about on here is enough to piss anybody off. Tracy Tobias just
And
wrote
you know,
in here.
I got problems trying to catch my breath as it is, and when I get excited like this, it makes it harder. And you know, y'all, come on, do me a favor, help me heal, and just take your asses to the polls and do the right thing.
Do
in
the
this
right
country,
thing.
because
Just get ready.
we're losing our democracy if we don't. If we let them take any fucking thing, they're going to do what they said that they're going to do, and they're showing us. They're showing us. They're going to force you to have babies if you're a woman and you don't want to.
Oh, man.
Or you can't. Or maybe it's a medical emergency and you can't.
We can't let it happen. Because
People
we've
like
already
Lindsey
seen
Graham
the
are going to
handwriting
tell
on the
you
wall.
what you can and cannot do with your womb as a woman in America. Fuck you, Lindsey Graham, until you get a fucking womb. And I ain't talking about one in your mouth or Donald Trump's ass.
Yeah, Jesse Ramirez just said it all. Abbott and DeSantis are both committed human trafficking. They're fooling these people. The people, some of the people, they're trying to fool.
We're being fooled. We see what they're doing.
No, I'm talking about the migrants themselves. They told the migrants down here in Texas that they had a job waiting for them and everything.
As 62. They did this shit back in the 60s.
The reason we have an immigration problem is because the Republicans want...
The reverse freedom riders trips that they used to make from the South, promising black people jobs in the North, and they bust them out of the South. This is nothing new. This shit is so fucking old.
The Republicans aren't going to have anything else but to play old tricks like that.
They don't have any new tricks.
They don't have anything except bullshit. Bill Jones told you, lower your voice, Bernadette.
Thank you, Bill. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's hard though. But yeah, look what we're facing. You know.
But when we don't know our history,
what's the old saying? You're doomed to repeat it. We can't stop marching forward. The Republican Party wants to turn around. There's a certain percentage of the Republican Party that would just as soon take us back to the Klan days, where the Klan just openly marched in the street. They'd be tickled with that shit. That's who some of them are, but not all of them. And we have to, you know, right now I think they're really, I've seen this morning where they were talking about the independent vote, which is heavily leaning Democrat.
Yeah.
So we're getting that pull.
Because it only makes sense. And we're pulling. I'm listening to more and more Republicans say, I can't go these crazy routes anymore. I'm so glad they voted Sarah Palin down. I'm so glad that Michigan had a Supreme Court that says, yes, we're going to put this law on the ballot and see if the people want it. No matter how it's written, they're smart enough. They gave
if it goes on the ballot,
to figure it out.
You know, and it's going to be on the
ballot. And
Lindsay,
go ahead, make it a nationwide referendum
an issue
against the Republican men in their fucking party that think they're going to ramrod their ideals onto women.
And they're not done.
This nation.
They're not done. It's just started with women. They're going after the gay marriage issue, the equal rights for marriage. That's the next thing on their agenda. And you bet your ass the Supreme Court we have will overturn it.
This is bigger than abortion, guys. This is bigger than abortion.
It's bigger than anything because it's everything combined. With the court that we have right now and what they've already demonstrated their ability to do, their desire to do, no. We can't take anything for granted anymore because everything's going to be on the line. Unless we vote Democrats in. Across the board, baby. We're not going to get all the states. We're not going to turn the whole country blue. But I think we can I think we got a hell of a shot in Pennsylvania. We got a hell of a shot in Wisconsin. North Carolina's looking good. Hell, even Marco Rubio's starting to sweat. You know,
He should. Val Demings is on his ass smoking.
every day. And
Okay, I ain't mad at her. He should sweat. He said some
should.
stupid ass shit in favor of King Orange.
Dwayne Drizzle says he
the one
hears
that
a
was
cat.
secretly knighted by the Queen. That guy.
That cat is right outside the door. I tried to get her to come in with the babies when I closed the door, but she didn't do that. But now she's outside the door, meowing like crazy. You hear her?
Yes.
Yes, she wants to get in here with her babies. Her babies are all at my feet.
Oh.
Let me step away from the camera for just a minute. Let me go open the door, let her in here. She won't quit. She'll get louder. So I'll be right back.
That's how mamas are. They're protective.
Look at you babies. You're sitting right there.
They are protective.
Come on, mama. Come on, mama. Don't make me. If you want to come in.
She's loud. She hits the mic. She's loud. Oh my goodness.
Now you should be able to hear
John.
real good.
John is a kitty grandpa.
That's me. That's me. I'm sorry. Yes, we have 3 little baby kittens walking around here and one little spoilt mama. Like I said right before I came in here, I tried to get her, come in the door, come on, let's go. But no, she's going to haul around outside and wait. So, let me see if anybody else wants to come up and join us. I'm just going to invite everybody down there and see if anybody bites. Sort of like fishing. Look at there. Bellica, are you with us, baby?
I think so.
Oh, baby, how are you?
I'm okay. Sore. I'm
Good.
okay.
Good. And Tina,
Yeah.
are you with us?
Tina's.
Tina's got herself muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, she'll join us in just. There she is.
Oh, there's,
There she is.
don't forget, don't forget Miss Linda.
Oh, yeah, she's got an open invitation. The door is open. She could walk
Okay.
right in.
She knows how to push the green button.
There you go. So how are you, Tina?
I'm doing fine, John. How
Good,
you doing? I'm
good.
for another week of work. Bernadette, you doing okay? You doing better?
I am doing better. I'm here. I'm trying not to get too overly worked up, so I don't get too
We
excited.
can't let her get yelling again.
Oh yeah, don't get. Please don't. Belica, you feeling better?
Not like this stuff doesn't piss you off, but
Yeah. Well, I wanted to tell you today. I'm driving home, and okay, we've all heard about the whole. I don't know why they call it political. I was listening on the news earlier. They were calling it political human trafficking. I'm like, since when is there political human trafficking? You human trafficked. That's just like saying semi-fascist. You're
Yeah.
a fascist. You're a human trafficker. Okay, so that was earlier in the day.
Yeah, it doesn't need any more adjectives
Yeah.
than what it
Doesn't need a
actually
pretense
is.
to it.
because
I'm sorry.
It doesn't make it better. I agree with you.
Yeah, and
Trafficking is trafficking, and these people are just downright fucking nasty. I mean, this is not a new ploy. They've done it before. The Republican Party has done it before. They did it to black people back in the 60s before the Civil Rights Movement, and before, anyway, I can't think of the amendment that was passed.
well, the only reason we don't have comprehensive immigration is because the Republicans don't want it.
They don't want it
this
because
is a-
they use it as a tool tactic
Exactly.
and a scaremonger to keep their people inflamed and voting for their stupid policies that are designed to hurt people. Let's not forget the last administration separated kids from their parents.
There
Well,
were
there's
kids on
that.
this airplane. 4-year-olds.
Yes.
4
Yes.
to 8 years old. There was kids up on that plane.
And you know what? Bravo to Massachusetts
Yes.
and what they did, and the people there, and how they opened up to help these people who were purposely misled. It's not just that they were misled. These were people
Who
who had
lied to.
already started the asylum process, and DeSantis and Abbott knew that if they got them out of that process and they missed any aspect of making the next court date,
There you
Which
go.
for some of them is
they
Monday.
would get deported. Abbott knew that, and DeSantis knew that.
That's
These are people who had
the
already
cruelty of
who
this.
went through the proper process
Yep.
of filing for asylum when they reached this country, and
Yeah.
they're already in the court process.
Well, did you guys hear about
These
how
guys,
they-
man.
Can you guys hear me?
Go ahead,
Yes,
Tina.
Tina.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, did you hear the additional part of the story? The paperwork that they gave them?
Yes.
Told them to go to the wrong places, the wrong
Yes.
agencies.
Deliberately
And-
giving them misinformation, Tina.
Right. And in addition, they also wrote down homeless shelters because they were required to have an address.
Yep.
So they wrote down homeless shelters from all over the country, from Seattle, Washington, all the way down to Florida, and used those as their addresses so that, of course, any paperwork would go there and they wouldn't receive it as well.
Yes,
It
they're
is. It's a plan.
maliciously sabotaging these people's asylum effort to seek asylum into this country, and their and their court process, their due process. These two governors are maliciously sabotaging these people, and the people of Massachusetts. You know what?
I love them.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Did you hear what they
the way
gave 'em?
that they're organizing what they're doing to help these people.
They gave each one of them a cell phone and a $50 Visa gift card, along with they clothes and other items that they
They're
needed, because a
getting
lot
them
of
court services. They're getting access to computers. They're getting them a place to stay on one of the Air Force bases up there.
Yeah.
They're getting them all kinds of services, medical, dental, mental health, whatever the hell that they need. They are not throwing these people out on the street and leaving them to figure out what the fuck to do next
the
with their
people
court
in Massachusetts
processes.
stood up
They're
and did what
helping them with
Americans
their
should
court
do.
processes. And that's the way we were taught.
Go ahead, Tina.
Thank you, Massachusetts. And that's what gives me hope, John. That's
It
what
does.
gives me hope in this country, that we are going to save the democracy because of moves like that.
Indeed, because we're the only ones who can save it. But them standing up and demonstrating exactly what Americans should do. You know, the Republicans have made it a business of denigrating immigrants into this country. Doesn't matter where they come from. They hate them all. And it's the very foundation of what this country was built upon. So to turn your back on that legacy, on that history, they show themselves to be who they are. Bigoted, racist assholes who are only in it for the political power that they think it's going to bring them. That's it. It's a political stunt, as they've been, and I'm glad to hear them calling it out, because that's exactly what it is. And they're weighing a whole.
No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's a certain amount of evil, because it's one thing to do a prank, right? You could do a prank, tee hee ha ha ha. But
This ain't a prank.
It's not a prank. This is something extra, and I think it was something Bernadette said earlier. When you have that level of depravity, when you go that far, you work that hard to cause pain, there's something severely wrong
Yes.
to you.
And I would suggest there's something severely wrong with the Republican Party right now.
Did you see that lady, the blonde lady, walk? When I saw that, I thought, you know, the blonde bimbo. I'm sorry, I don't want to say her name either. I'm done saying any of these people's name,
Yes.
including the uncouth, ill-mannered, mushroom subsequous schmegma that needs to be
When
indicted in
Are you
jail.
talking about Georgia or Colorado?
No, the primary one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, you know, once you say mushroom, you got to get the
Got to get the, yeah.
It's the reference.
yeah.
It's a little mushroom.
Yes. It's tiny.
Anyway, the point is that these people go out their way to hurt others. When you sit down and plan how you're going to hurt others, there's something very wrong with you.
Basically
There
wrong.
has to be a diagnosis about it. You have all these people who are running behind these people and making it like, who are beginning to believe that this is okay. It's okay to hurt people. It's okay to go out of your way to ensure that they are given the most difficult, you know.
To make it as difficult as you can, to try to force a failure.
I'm sorry, I'm a little frustrated too because
Well, yeah, we all are.
Yeah, I
But
came
I
when
think-
I heard that.
I listened to that lady sit up there and talk about all the deceptive shit they put on their papers about you know, like a lot of them were delivered to Martha's Vineyard. They have a court date in Washington State on Monday. That's intentional.
Yeah.
That's intentional. You know, and if they don't make that meeting, they could be deported. Now these people
Yeah.
are trying to do it the legal right way, the way we say to do it, and they're doing it. And then we're trying to throw a wrench in there and throw them off balance and kick them out. It's bullshit.
Not trying. They did. They did. But you know what? It's so cool that the high schoolers and the junior high schoolers came out to translate for these people and figure out what
Yes.
was actually happening. To
The
these
communities
people.
came together
Uh-huh.
so well on the one in Martha's Vineyard. It just-
Unprepared.
yes,
Unpreparedly.
nothing. Just
together
the plain
and
lands,
took
and
care of
and
these
we and
people.
here they are, which was by
about
design
that?
itself. Hello, Miss
guys-
How
Linda.
about that?
Are you
guys,
with
I
us?
think all the Christians are in the north. I think the Christians are in the north, y'all.
All the Christians are up north.
I think all the Christians are up north.
Well, it seems like the people up there have a bigger heart than they do in Florida or Texas. That's for
They
damn
might-
sure.
They might have read a Bible and really understood what it was saying.
Nah.
You know,
What
like,
he was saying. Yeah.
help your brothers, help your fellow man. I can't give you the actual quotes, but treat me,
Do
treat
unto
my-
others
do unto
as
others,
you would have
all
them
of
do
that.
unto you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how, you know. Well, I don't want to get on that religious tangent, but it is.
No, John. They're the ones who got on the religious tangent. They brought that shit up,
They
introducing it into the laws of the land and overriding people's civil fucking rights for their fucking religions.
Well, what I think, when it
And
comes
trust
to
me, I've
religion, is
studied
there's a whole lot of people
freaking
out there
religions.
willing to pervert religion for their own benefit, whether it be financial, political power, or just look at me, I'm a
And you
big
know
preacher, or
what?
whatever.
Greg DeSantos, fuckface Trump, Greg Abbott,
There's a list, baby. That's
Lindsey
your top.
Graham, all of them. Your Ted Cruz's, your Matt Gates, your Marjorie Taylor Greene, that stupid
Yeah.
bitch out of fucking Colorado, Bobart, because she'll use religion in a heartbeat. She ain't even got a clue what the fuck she's talking about.
I'd
Is that
just
the
be
one-
happy if they lived according to the book they worship.
Yeah,
Not
well, I
according
read
to
that
that.
book, and I've read it more than once.
You know,
Excuse me, you guys. Question.
sure.
Bobart, isn't that the one whose husband exposed his penis
Yes.
to?
That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her.
Checking. Yeah.
She was one of the ones he exposed his penis to, and then she liked it so much, I guess she married him.
Oop, what
I'm
she
guessing.
do? Slip and fell on his dick?
I'm guessing. There is no morality among the Republican Party anymore. I don't see it. They're a bunch of lying, cheating thieves. And what did we
There
just see?
never
We
has
just see
been.
My Pillow guy. He's a big Christian, baby, and all of a sudden he got his phone taken away. Why? Because they think he interfered with the election machine out in Colorado. He's a criminal. They think they committed a crime. The evidence
Wasn't
of that
he the
crime is
one
on that phone. Let's go.
participated in the election
But
machines
he's a big.
in New Mexico, or was it Arizona or somewhere down there? Didn't he participate in all of that too?
Yes, he did.
Mike Lindell, what a fucking joke.
What? Yeah.
You went from having a viable business and, you know,
A
scamming
profitable
people
business.
on the internet for fucking pillows. Okay?
But look at the situation. Everything Trump touches dies. Everybody that comes in contact with him, every business, everything.
Including
Did we
our
expect anything
country.
less with our country?
Including our country,
Yes.
John.
Yes. Jerry
He touched
Wallace
our
reminds us
country.
that I know you're talking about Lauren Boebert. She failed her GED test twice.
Oh,
I don't
Jesus.
think she even got it until after she was a
And this
congresswoman.
woman is
I
sitting
think. I
in
don't know.
Congress with a vote. And that's the problem, you guys. You got your Bobarts, your Greens,
Yep.
your Gats, these people are sitting in Congress with
That's scary.
votes.
And
with votes.
look who they want to send up there now. A bunch of Trump. Herschel Walker, who shouldn't.
Herschel
the guy's
Walker.
a great ball player. I'll give him that. He was a fantastic ball player. But he's stupid. He is
John,
stupid. He will not
that
make a
was
senator.
a long time ago.
That was a long
I'm
time
sorry.
ago.
This is the problem with worshiping athletes.
No,
We
I don't,
worship
baby.
them in the height of their career, and as they grow older and their bodies start to deteriorate, just like our bodies are starting to
Yeah,
deteriorate.
but it's his mind that
yet we hold
deteriorates.
him in high esteem. He was a great athlete. He's a fucking idiot now because he was an athlete.
Michael Johnson says
His
that
brain has been
Bobart thought
scrambled
GD was a
too
member of the
many
Clampett
times.
family.
to give him a vote over our lives.
No. They're going to have a debate. Warnock and Walker are going to have a debate. I'm going to make sure I watch that because I don't know how Herschel Walker is going to make it through a damn debate. The man is mentally challenged. He took too many tits to the head. And as far as the moral issue of it, God, how many kids has he got that he was hiding from everybody? Really?
And yet, well, fuck, John. How does that fucking make any difference to these fucking Republicans
doesn't.
nowadays? After their last candidate and president, how does anybody's fucking behavior make any moral difference to these idiots now?
It doesn't. In my opinion, morality has carried very little in the Republican Party since Reagan came in. Since the evangelical Christians started getting in their political
since
and
the day
left their
that Donald
Bible
Trump
to
said,
follow
I
politics.
can grab them by the pussy and they will still, give it to me and all the rest of that. Since that day, and then these fuckers turned around and made him president, that let me know the Republican Party lost their way a long fucking
time ago,
time
baby.
ago.
Long time ago. Miss Linda, did you ever make it in here? Being mighty quiet, dear. Mary Ellen. Okay.
Maybe discorded again.
Uh-oh.
She always gets discorded.
All right. Bellica, you okay?
I'm fine.
All right, being mighty quiet over there. I just want to check on you.
I
No,
need
I'm
to
just
be quiet.
letting Bernadette do her thing.
Y'all please talk up because I really need to chill.
No, I'm sorry, Bernadette, but when you get going, it's hard to stop you.
I need to stop.
she gets
I
on
need
a roll.
to. Yeah, I need to calm
It
down.
is the result. That's the result of caring about it, though.
I'm gonna eat another gummy.
You're mean. Eat another gummy.
Yeah.
Put another log on the fire.
Yeah, I can't smoke them, so I gotta do something.
Oh,
Damn.
man. I can see the
But these
handwriting on the wall.
these
one day.
watermelon lemonade ones, I really like.
Really?
Oh my God,
Watermelon
these are-
lemonade.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're watermelon lemonade gummies. I have to be careful with this can because I could just eat the whole damn can. Okay.
That would be the problem with edibles.
Yeah.
They give you a chocolate bar and say only eat a little corner. What? It's a chocolate
Well,
bar.
see, that's why.
What are you supposed
That's why
to
you
do
have
with
to
it?
buy a regular chocolate bar
Yeah.
with the chocolate
Yeah.
bar. or you have to buy regular gummies
Yeah,
with the gummies.
I'm going to have to wait a while before I can experience such. I still think we're years away down here in Texas, unless Beto O'Rourke gets elected. Beto O'Rourke already
Well,
said if he gets elected, he's gonna legalize it. He's gonna make sure we can legalize it here in Texas as well.
then
We
y'all
should.
need to get Beto in.
Indeed,
You know,
we
no
do.
matter what.
No matter what, not just because of that.
No matter
That's the
what,
least of
you
the
need to
reasons.
get better. No, that's a good reason to get him in, though.
That's a good reason for a lot of people, but it's not. I want him in there because I'm tired of the embarrassment that I have to go through as a Texan, as somebody who lives in this state. I claim this state. This is my state, and I've watched these idiots fuck it up ever since Ann Richards left. There's been one Republican after another come in this state and screw it up, and they gerrymandered the shit out of it.
Unfortunately, you know, you had your George Bush, your Rick Scotts, your Greg Abbott.
As Bill Jones just said, volunteer, knock on doors, phone bank, or whatever you can do to help the cause of getting Democrats elected. And that's a good point to bring up, because we're 5-6 weeks away from election. And, our good friend Johnny Fly is a good example of somebody who decided to make that phone call to his local Democratic headquarters.
And get involved locally.
Yes.
And he works right in his community to do what he can
Met
to
new
make
friends.
sure people are,
Had his picture
getting,
taken with the hopefully future governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Spiro. So yeah, you get invited to the soirees because you're a campaign worker. But and again, you don't have to knock on doors if you're an introvert. Maybe phone banks, or maybe stuffing envelopes, or whatever. There's a lot of
whatever
things.
you can do.
Indeed. Let me send out my first thank you to Nana Lovely, our own Tammy Ames, who came in with a $2 donation and said, that tin of Camino, love them B-Pre. I assume that you...
Oh, she know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I think she does.
Oh, she know what I'm
There's
talking
code
about,
out
because
there.
that's exactly what it says on there, Camino. Okay, she know what it is. She know exactly what I'm... Yeah, they're dangerous, man.
Boy, howdy.
Shoot, that watermelon lemonade, boy. I like them.
Not fair. I'm going to have a sip of my beer.
Oh, my goodness.
No, but it is. It's easy to get involved. It's... It all starts with that phone call.
I mean, you could work for a candidate. You could work for your county. You could work for the polls. You could work for just
there
the
are a lot
Democratic
of
Party.
jobs, and right now, coming up right in front of the elections, they need help. And let me also throw in poll workers. If you're considering maybe a poll worker, no experience required. They teach you what to do on the spot. Not much to it. And we need good people to work the polls, to work the campaigns. It's all a machine. And we have to look at y'all. Be a different brand, cute little floral box. Get the raspberry, she's saying. Get the raspberry. Y'all are so mean. Y'all are so mean.
Yes. Yeah, I have to eat some regular fruit snacks because they're like little gummies too. Cause
if I was going to do a
that
gummy,
candy's dangerous.
I'd have to do the gummy, and then right next to it have a sack of just regular old gummy bears, just candy.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have some
you
regular,
gotta have something
regular gummies around, because you just want to eat that whole can.
Because you can't eat just one, and that's somebody's.
Yeah.
Who was that? You can't eat just one. So, anyway.
If I may.
Go ahead, Tina.
I really am concerned. I mean, I know we're all concerned, and a lot of folks don't have the ability to get as involved as they'd like to. But the most important thing, of course, is to make sure that you can vote and you can get everybody that you can think of to get out and vote. Because if we all voted, then this wouldn't be happening. We would win. The regular American people would win. The regular folks, not the extremists. Not
there's more of us. We just have the numbers, you guys.
Right.
But
I worry. I just want to add this, and then I'll stay back. But, America does still have a role in the world. We were the beacon for democracy. We represented the best of democracy as a governmental form. And as we begin to deteriorate, these fascist concepts are starting to rise even within Europe and other westernized countries.
Yes.
So right now, so today I was watching a report. I don't remember the gentleman's name. Maybe it was MSNBC. But anyway, they were talking about the rise of this fascist leader in Italy. And she and I guess because the term fascist actually comes from Italy. You know, the Nazis were far right. The fascists in Italy were far to left. The problem is when you go too far left or too far right, they both look the same. They're both destructive. Anyway, let me get back to Italy. So they have this female who utilizes is part of the organization that Mussolini actually created, and his great granddaughter or granddaughter today is still in it, and so is this woman. And their movement has been happening in Italy for 30 years, and they don't want immigrants. They're xenophobic. They use a lot of the same kind of language that we hear here, and so that's happening. But then it's also happening in France. The report went on to say that it's also happening in France. And it went on to say that it's also happening in Sweden. Now, look, if we fall...
It happened in Britain. We saw it with Boris Johnson.
Well, I mean, we saw that too, but I just was leaving them out of it because, you know, we already knew that. Nevertheless, my point is, if this democracy doesn't hold, democracy around the world
will not hold.
Then becomes in jeopardy. I understand. I understand people, have narrow ideas about how much the world is impacted by them, or they are impacted by the world. I get it. If you've never seen a person of color in your life, everything everybody else has told you about a person of color, you figure they're right because they're the people you've been around all your life. I get it. It's sad but true. At the same time, if we don't figure out a way to get to these people without violence, because a lot of them are sickened by the poison that they've been surrounded by. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the last thing I want to say is yesterday someone said, I don't know whether it was online or whether it was in the room, but somebody said the Republicans don't have an agenda.
No, they don't.
I beg to differ, and I'll explain why, and it's really pretty quick. I believe their agenda is white supremacy, because that is the one thing that carries through no matter what age they are, no matter how much money they make, no matter which gender they are, it doesn't matter.
They're disguising it under this title of a Christian nationalist nation.
Exactly. I mean, but that is the one current that runs through all of them. I mean, you got a lot of wackadoos coming from a lot of different places, different conspiracy theories, all of this, that, and the other. But white supremacy always seems to shine through. I mean, the fact that my phone blew up, people were mad about a black mythical fish creature.
I know.
I know it. How sad it is.
A black fictional character.
Mariel, is that her name? Mariel?
Yes.
And she's beautiful.
But if that sets you off to the fact where you have to run to your Twitter, to your YouTube, and sit down and have a long conversation about why this is terrible, then you know that the root of it all comes down to white supremacy.
what I call the Walt Disney fantasy is the dysfunction of America. We believe in fairy tales to the point where we have to fucking put it in social media. Give me a fucking break. Y'all need to grow fuck up. You need to get your heads out your fucking asses. We don't live in Walt Disney World. This ain't about no fucking Black Mermaid, okay?
I just want to say
Because if you stop and look at the story of Ariel, it's about her leaving her race for love.
Yes.
Well, if you want to go back further than that, the first mermaid that was ever recorded was from an African country, which I can't remember the country. I'm sorry.
It ain't being first or anything else like that, Tina. You know, these stories have perpetuated the world, just like the story of the Great Flood has perpetuated every fucking religion out there. That everybody has a flood story. Everybody has. Yeah, it's common around the world. And we're going to hold our heroes and who we look up to in our own race, okay? We're just going to do that as people.
Go ahead, Tina.
No, that's valid.
But it wasn't the people in the world that made race an issue. It was white people that made race an issue back in the 13 and 1400s. And then all of a sudden,
1490 something.
Yeah,
it was the king of either France or Spain. He wanted permission to go to Africa to pick up some free slaves, and so he had one of his boys write a book and write it down and create the first construct. Okay, let me revisit. Let me rewind just a bit. The concept.
So it all goes back to colonialism. If you stop and think about it, Tina, it all goes back to colonialism.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tina.
And how colonialism spread throughout the world, and then the construct of race popped up, and there's this difference between the races now. Get real.
Well,
we are one race, human.
I just want to
guys. Hi.
Hi, Velica.
Hello. I was gonna say something about the flood, but I thought the biblical flood that the Jews had gotten was actually come from ancient Babylon writings.
It did.
That's what I'm saying.
The flood is common through almost every one of the religions.
It's common through all religions throughout the world. It's not just Jewish story. It's not just Babylonian. It's Chinese. It's
everybody. All the religions.
Everybody.
Have the great
African nations have biblical floods. The Mesoamericas have biblical flood. All nations.
Can I get back in here for just a sec?
Go ahead,
Pardon
Tina.
me.
Go ahead.
Let me just go back. First of all, Bill Joyner did a fact check, and he was saying Benito Mussolini founded the Fascist Party in 1922.
There were a lot of people.
Bill Joyner. And then I want to go back to the first written. It's not that the concept of slavery didn't exist when this king in the late 1400s wanted to get this concept written on paper. Okay, it had already existed, but that's the oldest reference we have to what became chattel slavery. And when you hear
I know exactly which started with colonialism. Tina, that's where
slavery goes back all the way back to the Bible days.
Because slavery goes back to the Egyptians and the Hebrews and
the Sumerians.
Yeah, you know.
There has never been a time in our history when there wasn't one group of Americans or
had slaves.
Humans trying to take credit or take command over another set. Let me throw out a quick thank you to Timothy Silva Jr. who came in with $5 and said, Democrats are up 2 points on the generic ballot. We keep building the lead. We must keep building the momentum. Fuck Trump and Blue Wave 2022. Timothy Silva, thank you very much. We appreciate it tremendously. And he's right, baby. We've got the momentum. We've got the momentum.
Yeah, we have more people. We have the numbers.
But
all we have to do is take our asses to the polls in the numbers that will reflect our numbers, and they can't deny that shit.
No, when the numbers come out. Well, they're going to try. That's why they're
Yeah, of
trying to
course they're
get. They're
gonna
going to
try.
try. They're going to say, "Oh, look, everybody cheated
Donald
except
Trump
them."
has been trying since
Yeah,
2020.
well, that's what that all started. Every
He
election
lost
we're
by
going to have
7
from now
million, and
on,
he's still losing by 7 million. Okay.
we're going to, every election from now on is going to be challenged because somebody's going to say, "Well, you cheated. I don't trust your
Well,
numbers," or whatever the fuck. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, it's. I think we have a pretty secure voting system. Are there fraud? Is there people that cheat? Yeah, a lot of them have been shown to be Republicans lately. We saw it in Georgia, and now we're seeing it out in Colorado.
hell, Mark Meadows, how many states did he vote in?
Ooh, you just made my skin
Hello.
crawl. I'm waiting, baby. And Mark's on the list. You know he is. You know, Mark's got a choice to make. You know, DOJ subpoenaed his ass. He can't deal with Department of Justice like he dealt with the January 6th committee.
No.
No, you got to show up,
supposedly
baby.
he already complied.
You either take the
Supposedly he
fifth.
already complied with the
Yeah.
the subpoena.
He's got to go. No, he ain't complied yet because he ain't showed up in person. If they want him to show up in person and testify, that's what he's got to do.
They have requested his messages, the same shit that he gave to the J6 committee, and he's already given them that.
Yeah, but they want more. What he gave January 6th committee is not enough. It's not.
Well, yes, and even the January 6th committee
think
is
they need
thinking
to haul
about
his ass
complying
in
with
and put him under
DOJ
oath
now,
and-
so, you know.
And have him answer the questions in the committee. Or Department of Justice. He's going to end up at the Department of Justice is where he's going to end up at. Not everything
Well,
that
then-
happened.
Then let's just go there.
That's what I say. Let's get on with the rat killing because executive privilege does not cover illegal acts. And with all the activity going on with the fraudulent electors, the voting machines trying to be hacked down in Georgia and evidently out in Colorado, are you shitting me? This was a coordinated effort. And you know a lot of people talking on their cell phones nowadays, so shit.
But John, they're also trying to get on the courts now with this whole state electors.
That's gonna end up biting a few people on the ass. The fake elector scheme, because
Yes.
they actually put people actually sign their name on these forms, full well knowing
Yes.
they were not electors. And then
I
we
gotta
have
take a call. I'll be right back. Okay.
okay. Yeah. So there's plenty of crimes to go around for a whole lot of people that are wrapped up in this, and all of them have a choice. You either cooperate and tell the DOJ what you know, or you end up as a target. You end up getting charges on your ass. So if I was in that loop, I don't know. I think I'd just as soon sit down and tell the truth. And isn't that what all of our lawmakers are supposed to do? That's what they tell us they do anyway. As they
We
sit
got a
there.
lot of cleaning up to do, John.
We do.
I mean, it's like they broke in the house.
They pissed on
and,
everything.
I
Shit on
guess
it.
they did break in the
Kicked
house.
over the
didn't
trash.
they? Put shit on the walls. Didn't they do that? They did all kind of terrible things in our house. And I'm not talking about just the house. I'm talking about our metaphorical American house.
Yes.
I shouldn't say American house.
They
I should
want
say
crisis in
United
this country.
United States. They shat all over everything and broke everything. And now we, the people who have worked so hard and struggled so hard for so many years, starting from the Native Americans
Hi, Donna.
to the Africans who were enslaved, the Native Americans who were enslaved too, and to all of the other immigrant waves that came over, the Italians when they came, the Jews when they came.
Every ethnicity when they came were hated by everybody here.
Exactly.
It's
and
the
not
same story
considered-
throughout our history.
And they weren't considered white. Italians weren't considered white. Irish weren't considered white.
Chinese.
It's only in times that they've become considered white in order to ensure the maintenance of the white majority. It's all political, and it's all. They have think tanks I wish I could label them for you right now. I don't have that information at my hand, but they have think tanks that they've had for years in order to figure out how to undermine, and that Federalist Society is one of them, how to undermine this government, period. And they have done it. They've undermined every, not one institution right now in our government that has not been compromised in one way or another.
I've said for a long time that, somebody got discorded, that the Republicans are more than happy to watch this country suffer, to screw it up, to cause damage to it, so they can point to it and say, oh, look how terrible things are, vote for us. And this, the prime example is what's going on right now with the immigration. The Republicans have refused to come to the table for any kind of realistic immigration reform because they want it messed up. They want it to be a problem so they can continually point to it. You back, Bernie?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the plan, and it's
Yes.
worked. It's been effective.
Yes.
And the only way we get, they don't die off. They keep multiplying. You would think they would die off eventually, but no, they keep multiplying.
They keep being taught the same bullshit.
When I looked at the history books in the kid and I saw the struggles of African Americans or blacks or whatever you want to call them, all the millions of different names we've had in our journey here as a people who are really an amalgamation of a whole nother set of people, because we're not only from various African tribes, we're also from various European tribes all together, and don't even talk about South America, where it's Hispanic tribes and Hispanic tribes in Mexico that are also African. So it's like
I always say to these guys, these Aryan Nation assholes, I think, the requirement, if you want to join the Aryan Nation or the Klan or whatever it is, you got to do a 23andMe test, buddy. You got to do a DNA test. I want to see somebody who's pure white. Ain't there, baby.
Now, one day, I'm going to make a joke. It was a joke. It really is meant as a joke. But one day, somebody said, I think it was fucking whatever little Barbie doll in the yellow hair that talked like this, whatever. That one. Well, there's more than one. I'm sorry. The blonde one, right? So, when she said, was it her that said you should go back to where you came from?
Recent, yes. Who was that? Was that? What? Who was that?
Miss Linda?
Miss Linda?
I think she got discredited.
I think she did.
It looks like she's trying to talk.
Discord picks a lot on Miss Linda.
No, we're having a hard time hearing you,
We
Miss
can't hear
Linda.
anything, Miss Linda.
Yeah.
It's all garbled, dear. It might be the internet connection or something.
What? Let's see. Maybe it's here green.
Yeah. No, I
I'm
can't.
talking. You can't hear me? It hates me. I swear. You can't hear me?
I just heard you now.
I'm gonna go to my house again.
I'm having a hard time understanding anything.
Yeah. I think she has a little bit of feedback going on, and that's why it makes it difficult for her voice to come through.
Yeah. I don't know.
Turn your speakers down, Miss Linda.
Maybe that's it. We'll recycle it and see if it gets any better.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me finish that
Go
one
ahead.
thought, and I'll let it go. Whoever it was that said you should go back to where you came from, my next thought was, you should go back to where you came from.
Yeah, because we all came from somewhere else. Unless you are a Native American, you came from somewhere else.
That's my new refrain. for anybody who hears that, if somebody says that to you, you should turn around and look at them and just say, "No, you
Yeah, I'll
should
turn
go.
around and just
Where did you come from?
slap the shit out of them.
Where? Go back there.
Yeah,
Go back. Be with your people.
yeah. Be with your people, because we don't want
Go
your
be
ass
with
here.
your
You're a disgusting
people.
piece of shit. I don't know. I like my shirt. I wore it yesterday. I think it was in the town, and it says keep the immigrants, deport the Republicans. I get smiles. I don't have anybody come up and challenge me, but I get people that smile at me or give me a thumbs up or some shit, and walking around in the store or
Immigrants
something.
have made this country. It's immigrants who bring in all the innovation, whether it's food, art, culture. They also
Hey Tina,
come
guess what?
with
The
all
people that got here on
minimal-
the Mayflower were immigrants.
They were immigrants.
They were
they
immigrants.
take the minimalist jobs that Americans feel they're too good for. They're a majority
Good night, Caroline.
of construction industry. The fact that they're building your houses, I mean, I just don't understand how you can just dismiss the humanity of a person in their entirety, not based on their actions.
When you have nothing
but on what
else
they look
that you can point to in your life that empowers you to make you be the right person or whatever, that you know.
You know, when I think about
But you know what?
I think about
Hillary Clinton didn't become president because she called the Republicans despicable. And now that the Republicans have turned out to be far
Despicable.
worse than despicable, and we're battling one of the worst presidents we've ever had. This man is being looked at to be charged with espionage. Who does that? And what president has
We've
done
never had
that?
a president
What
that is
president
under been suspicion.
has done that?
None.
Well, that's why he looked up to Andrew Jackson, our
Oh,
worst.
Jesus.
Andrew
But-
M. Effin Jackson, because he was our worst. He looked up to that man,
Yes.
and he took it to a whole new level. Byrne, you're
But
absolutely right.
but you know what? Trump stepped lower than Jackson. Okay?
Yeah, no, yes.
His
Sure.
policies only satisfied the rich. Everything else was deliberately to hurt people. And people were hurt. And people died. Lots of people died.
And they continue.
Lots
You said
of
it.
people are still dying
You said it.
because of his policies. And if we're not careful, we're going to get somebody like DeSantis, who I don't really think is smarter than Trump. He just figured out how to do Trump easier than
He
Trump.
is trying to
okay?
tap into that hate that brought Trump to the spotlight.
Absolutely.
And the sad thing is, if we want
And
this
it makes him
country
far more dangerous than Trump.
it does.
Okay, it really does.
If we want this country to progress, if we want it to move forward as a democracy, the only way that's going to happen is at some point the conservatives and the liberals have to come back to the middle somehow and meet. And it's hard to do when the right has gone off the cliff. You know, what are we supposed to go over there and drag their ass up with a rope before we even get back on the road to even get in the middle? It's hard to make that determination.
John, John, you let them go off the edge with the rope, and we get back in the middle and save
We
this
stand
fucking
our
country.
ground is what we do.
We got to
cannot
keep doing
go that
our
way.
job, no matter what the fuck they do,
And-
because they're killing people.
But we
Women-
have to bring
Women are
them
going to
back to
die
their senses.
across
The
this
ones,
country because
the
of
ones that we
Republican
can.
politics.
the ones that we can salvage, we have to salvage. We need them back in this society. You know, we've got to find that way. How to do that, I don't know, because y'all know me. I'm spending all my day, don't be sitting on nothing. You're sitting on the mouse. And you're making the mouse.
Well, you know, I can feel sorry for human beings who have been brainwashed. You know, I remember when I heard about Jim Jones down in where did they go? Jim Jones.
Guyana.
Guyana, the whole group
yeah.
of people, they went down there. They literally drink the Kool-Aid. And,
Literally.
we can all stand back and say aghast, oh my God, how could they believe that? Because the brain, if you have the right person there and you have the right kinds of personalities, one type of personality can influence the other types of personalities. Just a human
Yeah,
fact.
but you know what else, Tina? If you've been taught all your life that this is your way of thinking, and you have somebody who comes along and confirms your way of thinking, naturally you're going to follow that person.
Well, of course, there's that. There's very much that.
And
As
that's
well.
exactly what the right
We have
is.
we have brainwashed ourselves in our ways of thinking in this country and how to do this country. I mean, the whole plantation mentality has never left this fucking country, and we're watching it rise again.
It won't.
Yeah, and Native Americans are getting killed.
John, you say that it
I
won't, but
say it because
is.
with a passion,
It is.
because I have a firm belief that there are more good people in this country than there are bad people. I believe there are more people that are inclusive than there are bigoted assholes. We moved
The
this
only way
country.
to stop it from dominating is to step on this shit again.
We have to step forward. That's right. Step on it, and the way we do that is with
and we
your
have to
voice
step
and your
up,
vote. You
and we
can't
have to
let that
let
shit slide.
smarter people to Congress.
Yeah.
So we don't have.
Then people like Marjorie
Little Miss
Taylor
Green.
Greene or Herschel
If we're
Walker.
gonna have three names, it should be AOC.
Yeah, AOC. Indeed. Indeed.
Well,
And they point her out as being the extreme left, and I'm tickled to death with the way that she wants to go. Are you shitting me? Even our extreme left is not as extreme as the right wants to take their shit. We're talking about giving everybody health care and improving education or and making better housing and all that shit for everybody. And what they talking about? Race.
Yeah,
shit.
well, she ran for office being a socialist. She said that about herself. There was no guessing about her.
Oh, about
We
AOC?
knew what
No,
she was,
you knew
and
what
she
you were
got
getting.
elected.
Yes.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. If you're telling me that's what's okay in the 14th district of Georgia,
Yeah, that's
and
what
that these
bothers me.
people are going to send her back
Yeah.
over somebody like Marcus Flowers, then Georgia gets what the kind of government it elects. Okay, and the rest of us are going to have to, because the woman is actually sitting in Congress right now. She ain't got a goddamn thing to do, and she's getting paid.
What was it? Did anybody hear? Damn it! It's funny. Not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Lauren Boebert in a church. She's up there talking, and she used. It was like the Gestapo.
The gazpacho.
Gestapo. Not
The
Gestapo.
gazpacho
Yeah, the
Gestapo.
Gestapo. I can't freaking say it right now.
I got
Anyway,
you.
yeah, she did that, but she did another faux pas with another word in church, and it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. Damn
No,
it.
the gazpacho Gestapo was MTG.
Yeah. Oh, was that?
Bogart, she's just fucking
Yeah,
idiot
Bogart
when
said
it comes
this one.
to her church
But she
logic,
was quoting
you
the
know.
Bible when she said something, and then she said, "I don't know what that really means," and she quoted the
Excuse
Bible.
me.
Yes, go ahead.
Excuse me. John, Miss Linda's hands up.
Oh, let me get Miss Linda back up here. And while we wait for that, let me thank John Diddy back. Hey, John, ain't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming back in, brother. Came in with a $10 donation and said, "I wish there was fajita cologne." That stuff smells great. Are you shitting me?
I wish it was bread cologne.
Fajitas, carne asada. There's a lot of.
Huh?
I'm big on. Hell, this is Texas. We live on fajitas, man. Are you shitting me? If you're gonna have a
Dude,
barbecue, you got fajitas
if you
on.
smell like a fajita, I'm gonna have to get the
Oh
sauce.
shit! Get the sauce out, baby.
You listen all over you.
Miss Linda, did you get back in here?
Yeah, I'm here, but you can't hear me.
Yes, I can hear you this time.
Are you can?
I can indeed, loud and clear. How are you doing,
Good.
Mary Ellen?
Just fine back here freeway.
That is pretty fine, baby. Everything okay in your world?
I'd be doing better.
Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? Hey, how far do you live from Suzanne?
Yeah, about an hour and a half
Oh, really? Oh,
on
that's
the
far
back
away.
road.
Ah, I was just wondering.
I always take the back roads because it's pretty country.
Always better
I
in the
had
back
my
roads.
and believing they lived way the hell on gone out in the country because they took them in there on the back roads. They're about 3 miles from the freeway.
I prefer life out away from town, out in the country.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
it.
They
I
got
like
a
it.
great place. Her mom and dad bought that place when he was in the Coast Guard,
Oh, really?
and they paid it off and then built a house on it later on. And the kids out
Yeah.
they were all in 4-H and had their horses and their pigs and everything.
There you go.
Well, my world is ate up with cats, dogs, donkeys, birds. Don't you look comfortable just laying here? Can y'all see her?
Yes.
No, I can't.
Yeah, she's laying right
I
here on
gotta
the table.
She's right in the corner of the shop.
She's looking down at their 3 kittens who are staring up at her going, "What's up, Mom?" Mom's tired.
As long as she can see them.
Yeah,
she's
oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They stay in here all
Oh,
day.
there she is. I see. She's a pretty girl.
She is a pretty girl, but she's too tiny to be having babies. I got a bunch
Well,
of
that was your
pervert
fault.
males outside. That's all it is.
That was your fault.
Yeah. Bunch of perverts out there. Child molesters is what they are, I
I'll
swear.
take that little black and white one if you send them to me.
Where are you at? Come here. Oh, come here. Yep, run from me. Run across the room. I'm loving them. I'm enjoying them. Who doesn't
You need
like
a
a
kitty
pile of kitties?
Get a camera down there so we can get a shot of the cats running around
Get the cat
chewing
cam.
on cords.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. That's exactly what I worry about. Is
You
something
better
just
get them out
going?
that room.
I'll be under this damn table searching for something that's been cut or something. Yes, I've been worrying about that a
You can
lot.
hardly find them with their little sharp.
Yeah, 'cause they're chewing on everything now. You know, they got teeth.
No.
Yeah,
Squirt
I
bottle.
Yeah,
I
you
got
can't-
wires hanging all under this table.
You gotta get a squirt bottle.
Yeah, I got one in the kitchen.
No,
I got a
Yeah,
squirt
get out
you
of
bottle.
here.
just need to get them out of that room. That's all.
I got 2 of them for a couple bucks online.
Yeah, you have to train them to be out.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
about.
These 3 are getting trained to be in. They're spoiled. Now, mind you, this is not fair.
Don, who's doing the training?
Mama.
Uh-huh.
Mama
They
is.
are.
Yeah, they are. You know what is really sad here
Yeah,
at the
you
house
mentioned
is that
horse
these are
kittens.
not the only kittens that we have. We have 3 other kittens on the front porch.
Oh no.
Yes, they were born about the same time. These inside the house are only in here because of this one right here, a little bit, who we rescued as a tiny baby, as everybody knows, and then she ended up going out at night anyway. Came home with babies, and now they're inside. But there's 3 other ones out on the front porch. They're healthy as everything. No, let's don't start walking across the keyboard. Let's go that way. They're all healthy. They're running around like crazy. And we make sure we put a bowl over there because they're eating too. They're eating solid food now. And it's unfair. It's like the 3 outside, the 3 inside. It's just like, they're looking at each other. They're going to be looking at each other through the window going, "What's up?"
Yeah.
How come you get to be inside and I gotta stay out here in the cold?
Yeah, that's what, well, we worry about all of them. But I got too many cats. What are
Yes,
you
John.
do? I love them all. That's what I do.
Well,
Build a patio.
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah, well, I'd like to screen in the front porch. I would. I'd like to screen it in and make it, accessible by those that we want in there. Are you kidding me? We ain't gonna do that. Marcia she has tickled to death every evening. We have a raccoon come up, finishes the cat food. All the cats just lay right there looking at the raccoon. And
We're full
yeah,
by then.
we sit there and eat it all up, clean every bowl out.
No, he doesn't come by until they're done.
Huh?
He doesn't come by until they're done.
No, they stay away until that raccoon's done, and then, then everything's gone. Talking about the dry cat food left in the bowls. Because we had gone for a cheap sack of cat food. Budget was getting tight, so we got, okay, well, this stuff's good. It says salmon right there on the bag. Yep, not a one of the cats inside or outside would touch the shit. I got like 7 pounds of nothing. So I've been putting it out there for the raccoon, and sure enough shit, the raccoon comes and eats it. You know,
Raccoons will eat that.
I got coon food then. Now,
Yep.
because none of the cats are eating it, so, you know, what are you going to do? If it comes around here, we feed it. That's our motto. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in this evening because it was short notice. I got in too late to record a show, so we just went live. So I want to thank everybody for coming in on YouTube and on Facebook to join us. Down in Batacosa, yes, they will eat anything, but Marcia enjoys watching them, so they're part of the family too. Anyway, Miss Linda, I'm sorry we had trouble getting you in here, but I'm glad we finally did.
I'm going to fix it one of these days.
Ah,
Thank you very much for having me, even if I didn't get to say much.
well, get a hammer. It always works for me. Really does.
Yep.
Just get a hammer. Yeah. Just give it a slight tap on the left-hand side, and then on the right, and then one smack dab in the middle.
I'm a field tech, dude. I know how to do that.
That's
gotta
right.
put it
You are a
right top.
techie. You are a
Okay.
techie. That's right. I forgot. Anyway, Miss
You
Linda.
don't pay for them fixing it. You pay for them knowing how to fix it.
That's right.
If
That's
if,
right.
if you're really a tech, you'll get a sledgehammer.
That's the way I like to do
I did get to do that one time.
it. Did you?
Anyway,
So
just
much
continue.
fun.
I've wanted
Oh my
to.
God, it is so much
Just
fun.
continue the store controllers. They had
I
a big party out in the parking lot. They had one of the big old controllers, and we all got to take a swing at it with the sledgehammer.
Yeah,
mm-mm-mm.
so much fun.
Oh yeah.
3651, the last one in the territory. Boom, down. That was fun.
It would bring me joy. Anyway,
All
thank
right,
you, Miss Linda.
sledgehammers and pickaxes.
I appreciate you coming in and joining us. And Tina, thank
Yes,
you, baby,
John.
thank you for coming in and joining the conversation, baby. We appreciate that.
Thank you too, John. Thank you for having me. That's really
Enjoyed
cool. It's been a long time since
It's been a while since you've been on the air.
long time since I've been on the show.
Well, we're glad
Very
you made
nice.
today be the day to do it. Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you for letting me in and let me vent for a couple of seconds.
There you go.
Come back and vent some more.
Yeah.
It felt good. It felt good.
That's
But
what-
I hope some people open their ears and open their hearts and open their minds out there.
Yeah,
Come on,
just open your mind and let the rest flow.
Let it flow,
Get it
baby.
together,
Not
people.
so
It's
much
time to
drink.
get it together. It's time.
It
Thank
is.
you, John.
Yep.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Blue Dot. Thank you, Bern. Thank you, Velica. Thank you, Miss Linda. You guys are really wonderful
Yes,
human
ma'am.
beings.
We got a hell of a family.
You're welcome.
And Belica,
Yes.
thank you, baby. Thank you for the call
You're
earlier
welcome.
too. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I had to let you know what was going on.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Just take care of yourself, baby. And if you need, call me anytime. Call me anytime. You know that phone number. Call it anytime.
Yeah, I got it on my phone.
There you go, baby. And Bernadette,
Yes, sir.
I'm so glad you're back, baby. And you got your
Um,
voice back, but let's just be careful. Get all
Yeah, I'm
riled
feeling
up.
pretty good right now. You know.
Yeah, because you got a bunch of
Jamie's almost
gummies in you.
empty. I know they're good. What can I
We
say?
know what's cooking. We know what's cooking.
Yes.
But we're glad you're back, and we're glad you got your voice and everything. Just take it easy and relax until
Try
Sunday.
not to.
Until
do
Sunday,
too
and then you
much,
come back
but-
and yell some more.
Right? You
Right.
know, I'm trying to not do shit, you guys, because the watermelons get me worked up, and they're like motivation. I'm ready to do shit,
Yeah.
but I really need to take it easy. So, you know,
Got sativa.
yeah,
If
it
you're wanting
is.
to do something, yep, it's sativa.
Yeah, it
That
is.
indica, that
So,
just put you in the couch, baby.
I need to get some indica so I can go to
You
I
sleep.
need some
vent,
sativa
girl.
to get
You
off
need to
off
sit
my.
down.
I
need to
enjoy a
sit
good
down.
sativa.
You
If I was to have it, I mean, you don't get it down here. but
Yes.
If I was
Well,
in the way.
yeah.
Anyway,
One of those places that you're allowed to have it.
I've heard such stories. I've heard such stories.
You're surrounded by states,
I
John.
am.
You just gotta go
I
for a
am.
visit.
Yeah, it's 800 miles in any fucking direction. I try to get out of here. It's not like, yes.
oh, I know.
Leaving
dude.
Texas from where I am takes it's more than a day out of here. Well, no, I could get to Louisiana, but going out west, Marcia wants to go to New Mexico.
Oh, no.
She
I think
loves,
it
she
took me
likes that
2.5
area.
days to get across last time I went.
Yeah.
from east to west.
We'll just keep fighting for the rights of Texans down here and have it legalized.
Road trip after we fight for the rights. Okay?
There you go. There you go. All right. Anyway.
Hey, John.
Yes, dear.
Why don't you get yourself a camper van?
A camper?
Another one.
Yeah.
Like, camper van.
I've told y'all I get another RV. We're doing the show from your house. Oh yeah.
No, not my house.
Your house, Bernadette's house, Tina's house. We're gonna go to Miss Linda.
No,
I'm gonna stop by Susan. I'm gonna go by
better.
Jeanette Miller's
A
house.
camper
That
van is a
smart
lot
ass
better.
squaw's on my list. Iris Giselle. I got to go by and see if she still got the T-shirt. You know,
Yeah.
I got
You
a
have a
list
nice
of people.
ride.
Anyway,
a lot of nice places to go.
I would, and a lot of great company. This Blue Dot
Yep,
family
I mean,
is
he
just
could probably go to
unbelievable.
every state in the union, man, and have somewhere to go.
Really, Suzanne, you gets wired on Indica? Really? How do you do that?
It's the way her cannabinoids
metabolism
are
works?
wired in her body.
Go
Her
ahead.
receptors
You got your wires
naturally
backwards there.
wired.
wired backwards, I guess.
Smart ass squad. That's exactly where Mama wants to go. She wants to go to New Mexico. We loved it over there. I went through Tucumcari. I love Tucumcari. I just love that little quaint town. It's pretty. Right on Route 66. It's really neat. Anyway, I wanted to go to Cloudcroft, that area. They said that's real pretty. But
House is nice.
Taos? I bet.
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
Watch out for that hum.
We've been to
They don't
Roswell.
think much of Texans.
We've been to Roswell. We had to go to Roswell. My kids insisted we go to Roswell. So, yeah, we've been there twice. Had to go see where the aliens came in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I love y'all for being here, for being a part of this family. Thank you for showing up on a Friday with short notice. And I want to go back to Tennessee, Leanne. I love Tennessee. That's where my brother is. He lives in Knoxville, by the way. But we've been to Nashville. Oh, I love Tennessee. It's beautiful. I want to go.
Tennessee is beautiful.
Oh, there's so many places in this country I want to go again. Or
I like
places
Cherokee, North Carolina.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, sir. I've been everywhere. Anyway, I'll get kicked off.
Well, sing it, John. You might
Yeah,
as well sing
no,
it.
we'll get kicked off the air if I do. They don't like that. If they can recognize the tune, boom, there you go. They'll shut your ass
Don't
down.
do it.
Yep,
Don't do it.
can't do it. I would if I could. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Night.
everybody. We'll be back here Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting, so please come by and join us. Until then, keep smiling, baby.